What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the PlayVS Youth Program Spring 2023 Eastern Finals coverage for Overwatch. My name's Cup of Robots, and I am joined by Rune for today's finals match against our two teams, DC Overwatch and XB Hawks, in a best-of-5 competition to see who's the best of the best.
Yeah, we're looking at some good Overwatch 2 today. I'm excited for some games and to get things going. We'll have a nice little best of 5 here to figure out who's going to come out on top for the East Championship.
Absolutely, we should see some really good matches here. And the first mode that we're going to be playing is Control. Game 2 will be Push. Game 3 is Escort. Game 4 is Hybrid, and then Game 5 is Control. And if we get into a game breaker situation, a tiebreaker situation, we're going to play Control again on Liang Tower. And we are, speaking of which, on Liang Tower.
Starting right on Liang, yeah. So on the left here, we have DC Overwatch. On the right, we got the XB Hawks. We'll see what the teams choose as we're loading in here. What are you looking forward to seeing today?
I'm really just looking forward to high-level competitive play in a 5v5 format. I really like the change that Overwatch 2 did to go away from 6v6 to a 5v5, limiting it to one tank per team. I'm looking at picks right now, and I'm looking to better my own gameplay right now by looking at these sets, because I only play competitive Overwatch solo queue because it's I make horrible decisions, and so I'm excited to see what we do.
Yeah, well, we got some fighting by the tanks going off on the right side of the point. We have Reinhardt versus Winston, so you're definitely going to see the Reinhardt trying to push into the Winston the most. And we have Icicle getting a quick 2 kills there, and it should be first capture here for DC Overwatch.
There we go. Now the defense starts.
We're going to have just a little standoff here at the start. We'll see probably the Winston jumping in, try to create some space. But yeah, the big thing here is going to be Bubby and Honest trying to make some space and take advantage of the mobility that they have. And just like that, Bam Bam dropping, and we have a 5v4 for XB Hawks.
You see they're picking on their Lucio there, trying to get him out of the mix after knocking the tank out there.
So just as quick as XB Hawks lost that first fight, they win the second one, get some control, and will start ticking up on their point. And another kill quick on Bam Bam means they'll be just ticking up that percentage more and more.
Just stuck by a Tracer, which is the story of my life.
That pull a quick charge and ultimate, and just like that, pulse bomb right onto Reinhardt's back. So we get a TP into the point, and a big shatter from Bam Bam, getting 3 quick kills, and the point should be swapping over onto DC Overwatch's side. A great retake by them to continue having the lead on first
great
point.
By that Reinhardt there.
So we haven't seen any changes in composition so far. Still sticking to that Tracer Winston dive, and we see a Mercy ultimate here to try to get some additional pressure and pushing onto the point, and another quick 3 kills on the side.
Nice movement by Lucio there.
Yeah, great ability to get them into the fight fast, take out the immortality field from Habibi, and just turn that fight instantly on their side.
What do you think of the Hawks' choice of healer here?
Hawks' choice being on Baptiste and Mercy, they don't have a ton of mobility, and it could definitely be difficult to get those necessary deals for the Winston and the Tracer when they dive in. And we see a transformation into Winston to just be able to create as much space as the enemies does by Icicle. Low health, so gets turned out quick, and point taken over again by the Hawks.
A clutch turnaround there for the Hawks.
So we see 3 ultimates on the side of DC Overwatch. I think biggest one here is going to be that Shatter. We saw how big it was last time, and just a quick turn of the point, no contest there, and it's ticking all the way to 99, and it could just see the end of the first round here, just like that.
Yeah, that Winston's gone, and that was really their last hope.
Yeah, so here we see the first round of Lijiang being taken by DC Overwatch. Possibly some adjustments need to be made on the side of XP Hawks. The dives just didn't seem entirely coordinated between Winston and Tracer, and just weren't able to really just hop on Frosty Knight's Ana and reduce the healing output there.
Yep, and we are seeing a couple changes by the Hawks here. Yeah. Almost their full lineup of 3 of the 5 have been changed. Also some adjustments on Overwatch's side, or DC Overwatch's side, to a Mei, which is, if I'm going to play DPS, I do enjoy Mei.
We have both teams here opting for the Symmetra just to get into the site as quick as possible, but an amazing play on DC Overwatch's side, blocking out the quick TP at the start and just giving point control on their side. So here the tank disparity is going to be between a Reinhardt and an Orisa. So you'll definitely have the stability of the Orisa and the quick pushing power with her going golden, but the longevity of Reinhardt is something nice, and just like that, a pin coming out to create some space for the DPS.
Yeah, I'm a huge Orisa fan. I was in Overwatch 1 as well, but I really like the changes to the character.
Yeah, I think the changes have been great in Overwatch 2. They've just completely changed the way she plays, and really created a play style for tank that's a nice blend of holding, like being able to hold an area and keep control of it, and then just being able to quickly push forward and take so much space. Here we see a cheeky little play, Icicle boosting Bam Bam up with the Shatter, and a quick Shatter down. This fight is over before it even started. Oh, never mind, no kills get converted from it, and Orisa is still alive here, pushing on the point.
That was a great counter from Bubby there with Orisa's lance. Reinhardt still pulled it out though.
Yeah, kills are being traded. Still site being controlled by DC Overwatch. So some great pushes, but nothing made of it yet. Ultimate's coming out. It should be a big fight here. We'll see who gets the first picks with Bam Bam taking 2. This Reinhardt is near unstoppable, but Xenu does not want to give up the fight that easily with their tank coming back.
It's an interesting choice of healer again by the Hawks, I feel, taking a more long-range approach instead of a healer that can get in the mix.
Yeah, and initially they may see they have 2 very high single target healers, but that AoE healing just isn't there unless the Mercy ult is available, which it is, and Valkyrie is popped, but a big Shatter answered by a sleep. Immortality Field keeps Bam Bam up as well as the Lucio ult. Oh, no Immortality, sorry, just the Lucio ult keeps the Bam Bam up, and we're already in overtime with not much left on the point, and that should be a quick first map for DC Overwatch.
Wow, that was a game. That was a game of tanks.
Yes, a really good first showing by DC Overwatch. Just dominating, creating space by Bam Bam, and really just setting the pace for the entire match.
Absolutely. There's the new quickness that Reinhardt has in this game is on full display.
Yeah, great use a couple times you saw with Reinhardt's ability to cancel his charge now. in just being able to bait out utility from the Hawk side and just setting, like I said, setting the pace of the game and deciding when they want to take fights and when they want it to slow down a little bit.
What do you think that that the Hawks have to do here to answer this fairly dominating first round performance by DC?
Well, firstly, I think the change in mode is going to help a lot. I think getting off of the King of the Hill style there is going to just allow more just space in general. With different types of maps, you get to kind of decide more where fights are getting taken, as opposed to with the control points. There's the same spots throughout the map. So I think having the different choices in where to take fights and then just playing more around their tanks and their tank and using the stability of a tank to set up their fights more.
Awesome. Yeah, and I feel like this game mode will also lend to their choice of support players as well. A little bit more longer sight lines typically in this mode, and yeah, as you say, I think it will suit their play style a little bit more. Be interesting to see the answer.
Yeah. So we'll be going into push here. One adaptation I definitely would like to see is bring in Lucio on the side of the Hawks. Just the speed that DC Overwatch was able to have on Bam Bam specifically. Reinhardt just getting to be able to run around and decide where to go and set that pace was what just tipped that map over entirely.
Yeah, absolutely. Should have the teams getting ready here in just a second. Our possible maps are New King Street, Colesso. Jeez. Happy Monday, everybody. And Esperanza. Yeah.
Yeah, so we are going into this one is Colosseo. Nice little Roman architecture here. And yeah, I think biggest thing I'd like to see on Hawk side is yeah, just playing more around their tank and being able to let them dictate the pace of the game. Bam Bam completely decided how the game was going to be played on Lijiang. Hopefully we can see a change on Hawk side here.
Yeah, great opportunities for choke points, to set up choke points here for both teams. I do like this map. I do enjoy this mode. Not the most popular opinion, I think, but
yeah, I definitely say you're in the minority there for enjoying push. But it can either be a very fast game mode or it's very grueling how long these maps end up being. So we'll see what the case is as we get a Reinhardt versus Reinhardt. Maze on both sides. We have Hanzo matching Cassidy, and then two Annas, and again Lucio on the side of DC Overwatch, but Mercy on the side of XP Hawks.
Interesting matchups. I think that Lucio is going to be key again.
Yeah, just like that.
Just to keep the team moving.
Yeah, the first fight is decided handily to DC Overwatch. They'll start to get that ball pushing, and a clean sweep of the 5 there to get first advantage. That was just a really nice play by Icicle, realizing that Bubby had pushed too far forward, setting up the wall and just being able to quickly burst them down. Without having really high burst potential on the side of Hawks, it just meant that wall stayed up. And again, we see a separation of the tank, and just like that, we are 4v4, but the tank is missing a quick shatter by Bam Bam to just open up this fight entirely. We already have the ball almost at first point for DC Overwatch.
Yeah. Once again, Bam Bam showing his dominance, showing their dominance.
First point captured. This bot will take a nice little break, shake their arms, shake their legs, check out where they want to go next, and we'll see if XP Hawks can turn a fight around and get stuff on their end. They have some ultimates coming up here with Earth Shatter and a great shot by Honest to get their first chance at pushing the ball forward.
Yeah, nice counter going back the other way, and just like you said, it's just it can go on forever between the first 2 points here, especially on this map, I feel.
Yeah, so we're back in the Coliseum where we have the teams clash, and we have a dragon coming out and a freeze. That's 2 quick kills, 1 revive coming out from the baby, and a big shatter. Killing 1 quick but answered by reverses Hanzo. With Bubby down, we'll see if the Hawks are able to quell the storm that is Bam Bam, but nanoed and pushing forward. What can you do to stop this Reinhardt?
They haven't figured it out yet, and I'm not sure that I have an answer for him either.
No, it is just so much pressure being pushed forward. Just not able to be matched. You are on the Mei, which should be able to slow him down slightly, but just not enough right now. There need to be some drastic changes as Bubby gets kicked out again, and we'll see this bot being pushed nearly until the finish before XB Hawks tank is back.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Ana might be the right answer here for Bam Bam. Just put him to sleep as much as he can. Slow him down.
Now they're picked by reverse. I mean, before these fights even start, it is a 4v5 for DC Overwatch, and this Hanzo is just now being unmatched. 3 headshots there.
Wow.
What can you do? Mercy is
amazing.
Just left alone.
And the push. And that's a wipe.
Team kill and a map number 2 for DC Overwatch. I don't think anything is going to be able to contest the point. We do see a Lucio on the point right now, contesting as long as possible, but you're going to have Earth Shatter up in a second, and the Nano, and just the hammer is swinging from Bam Bam and just taking over game 2
amazing.
as well. Incredible display from DC Overwatch.
That super meter, the ultimate meter on Bam Bam is just moving like a clock. It's just constantly moving up.
Yeah, I think we're going to see these headshots at the end of the round. Yeah, just can't even do anything about it. Like, just has the perfect angle on the side, gets the Ashe out right at the start, Ana right after. You couldn't even see the arrows coming out. They were so fast.
Yeah, they really did not have a chance to answer. That was another dominant display by DC Overwatch. We may be seeing the final match next if this is anything to if it's anything like the first 2, but I'm curious to see what kind of changes are made on the opposite side to counter this very dominant Reinhardt. And man, that Hanzo was something else too.
It was a sight to see for sure. With Escort coming up next, I think we're going to hopefully see the pace of play slow down. I think that's what Hawks need to do the most. They need to be able to find a way to slow this game down, really hold Bam Bam from just being able to accelerate the pace of the game so much. DC Overwatch has just been getting their ults charged so fast, getting so much damage, and just snowballing the entire game. So I'm hoping Escort here is able to allow them to, again, just dictate the pace of the game a little more. They need to be able to slow it down and just get momentum on their side.
Truly, yeah. And I thought Orisa was a little bit of a nice counter for Bam Bam's Reinhardt there in the first round. Maybe they go back to that. At least she's able to use her lance to push him back and kind of slow his movements a little bit. But it's going to need more than I think just Bam Bam being shut down. But I think that would be a big help.
Yeah. I think Orisa would be a good choice here. Ramatra could be good as well. Ramatra's just so good at when teams are pushing into you, just being able to slow them down, put like if they get out of position or push too far forward, you just get to counter that aggression so much, and just have such bulk into the damage they try to put out to you. So hopefully we can see the tanks getting a little more even here, and enough support from their teams. But I definitely like to see the DPS on Hawk's side step it up as well. And if they can get that space on the tank side, be able to use that to their advantage and just push as much damage into Bam Bam's Reinhardt when he pushes forward, and just turn the game around that way.
Absolutely. I would like to see, like I say, Orisa, but also I think Mei is a good choice to just annoy them into submission. Maybe that's one of my favorite things to do with Mei.
No, and yeah, you saw DC Overwatch use the Mei so well on Colosseo to just split up the Hawks tank, and without the burst damage to get rid of the wall, the tank's just going to go down. There's no way of getting any heals, any way to support them out from behind that wall. And if you're able to do the same thing on the other side, it could be huge on helping out XP Hawks get their name up on the board.
Yes, I'm sure. Coach Brian had a lot to say in between there, and let's see if his advice comes into play here.
Yeah, I think going to Junkertown here could be a really, really good choice for the Hawks. I think the long sight lines don't make Reinhardt as effective. It allows your team to play some snipers. We could see Widowmaker. We could see their own Hanzo come out. Even Ashe and Cassidy some more. So hopefully getting their team on some comfort picks, or getting them those longer sight lines is going to help out here.
Yeah, it's something that I see happen more often than not in this on this map, is just an immediate trap in the spawn. I think it's going to be the most important thing to just get through this first point, I think, because I've seen so many matches end in a trap on this.
So we will need to get the overlay switched up here. We do have DC Overwatch on the attack to start things off. You see Bam Bam's San Francisco Shock Reinhardt already out here, and just 2 fire strikes. Xinu's Widowmaker is out instantly, but we got some good pressure coming back, and Bam Bam's down. So that aggression quickly answered, and we should be able to see the cart get slowed at least a little bit at the start with Xinu being revived.
Very interesting composition from the Hawks here, with Honest being like their DPS choice, with a sniper, and then a Hanzo is interesting to me, just to see. I'm very curious to see what happens here on this first turn, on this first corner.
And again, we get the ice wall put up by Icicle, and just Bubby is out of position there and gets taken out early in the fight. So we'll see if they can get another hold here on the first point, but it may just be a quick first cap for DC Overwatch. Couple picks, it's relatively even right now, but another kill on Honest there with the Dragon coming out. Anna off to the side. Points contested right now, but it won't be for long, as Lava Wave's Mercy falls in the end there, so we have a first point capture for DC Overwatch.
And it looked largely due to another amazing Hanzo performance by Reverse.
Oh, nice little shot there. It won't matter too much. We'll still get this first push onto the second point. Oh, headshot by Icicle, taking out Xinu's Hanzo. We'll see if Bubby's able to gets in position for Lava Wave to get the red, so we'll be looking at a 5v5 here. We do have Blade built up for Honest. Let's see if they're able to get anything with the purple on the Reinhardt. Honest gets the dash, a freeze from Mei, but they're down 2 players. I don't think this is going to be enough. Tank taken down. Xinu, they are up 4-2, so that should be a second point hold so far on XP Hawks. And a big thing there is they kept all of their ultimates. They are 5 ultimates strong going into this fight compared to DC Overwatch's 0. But we see Bam Bam making the first change for them to a D.Va, and we get a Blade coming in. Oh, but quickly answered by Icicle there, only able to take one out. Nano and Blade invested, so they are down 2 ultimates. And they're out there catching at the start of this fight. This is going to be a big shot.
Nice stop by Bubby there.
Dragging through the mid. That'll demech the D.Va and take her out. So without the tank, there shouldn't be too much push here. And we've seen now 2 good holds on the side of XP Hawks.
Yeah. It's like Junkertown was, as you said, the right choice for them.
Yeah, just being able to change the game and having a lot more elevation is been helping them. As soon as possible.
A little bit of a server disconnect there.
That's what it looks like. So we'll get things. Oh, and it looks like just like that we are
right back in.
See that the DC Overwatch has been able to push forward a little bit now, but a good hold there. D.Va Bomb coming out on Bam Bam's side, but just trying to remech and not able to get it. So another hold on the Hawks side.
Someone needs to fill this out.
I mean, Reverse just made a change from Hanzo to Cassidy.
Yeah, I think the sightlines here, where you get near the end of the point, not as long for Hanzo to take advantage of. So I think the switch to Cassidy is good. Still really high damage output, but not. You don't have to see those arrows fly as long. We still see Bam Bam on the D.Va here to go against Bubby's Reinhardt, and we have 3 ultimates coming up on the side of XP Hawks. With the Nano Blade coming out, and 2 snakes, both of them landing. We have Earth Shatter here, what's going to come of it? Bubby might just need to use it to get out, and it's wasted there. Not able to come out. On us with the deflect. Keeps it up, and seems like the Hawks will be able to hold again for this second point. It's been going much, much better on their side, and Bubby switches over to Zarya here. What do you think of that?
Zarya, I'm a Zarya main. I think in the right hands that she can absolutely control a map. As long as you don't get too thirsty for damage, you know.
That
if you calculate your movements and not just try to go for the glory.
Yeah, I think the change to allow Zarya to shield herself twice has definitely made some Zarya players very happy in being able to decide how they play. But we'll see here as she is very high energy. We're 4v4, taken down quick by a Nano D.Va on Bam Bam's side.
That is the good count. I mean, Zarya versus D.Va usually goes the other way because she can't be blocked, but
just great support on the side of DC Overwatch as they push it to the 3rd point here in overtime. They'll get some extra time to see if they can get it to the end of the map. We have Blade, we're 3/4 of the way to Nano, and Dragon out as well. We'll see if that Dragon gets held until Bubby can get grabbed, but they'd be holding it for quite a time as they're only at 50%. And only High Noon coming up on the side of DC Overwatch. There's the Nano Blade, gets stuck, able to get 1, 2, how much more can come of this Nano Blade? It's a big investment, and 2 seems like all they need for DC Overwatch to go back to spawn and rethink how they're going to get this 3rd point.
That was a great break.
And just as I said, they're now at 75% of the way to Graviton Surge, so we could see a Grav Dragon, and with only the Suzu on the side to help DC Overwatch, it could be a wipe if it gets built fast enough.
Most satisfying combos in Overwatch.
Very true. But Zarya uses both bubbles and doesn't get very much energy from it, so it's still going to be a slow build until that Grav is brought, and we have Sombra now on the side of DC Overwatch.
Interesting.
High Noon coming out and a big purple. Bam Bam gets 1 kill out of it. There's the dragon down. There is not going to be a grab dragon unless a res can come out. Genji gets hacked. Res not able to come through. Grab is up. They might just have to toss it out. It gets tossed. Hunter just comes up. It's coming through.
Oh, there's the dragon.
Damage needed.
Wow.
Wipe for XP Hawks, and they're going to hold it before it gets fully capped. So, if they can get the cart all the way to the end, they're going to be getting their first map.
That was that was a great match. Great adaptability from both sides to get it done, to get the stop done by the Hawks, and I'm curious to see what they do on offense here.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing there for me is they, like, you could just see they allowed Bubby to have so much more agency in getting to play here on. So we'll see if that offense on that Reinhardt, or if we'll see more of the Zarya or something else come out. But we see a very familiar composition on the side of DC Overwatch with the Hanzo, Mei, Reinhardt, Lucio, and Ana. Whereas with the Hawks, we're seeing a couple changes going through now, but I imagine we'll see 2 sniper-like heroes right now on the Widowmaker and the Ashe. A Wrecking Ball, which we haven't been able to see yet. Be interesting to see if that goes through. And then the Ana and... Okay, so it gets switched to the Sigma there. A little unfortunate. I was hoping to see some Wrecking Ball. But not the ideal hero on Junkertown.
I was surprised to see... oh man, her name just left me. The hacker come out on the other side. Yeah, Sombra. What was she not banned for a while in comp?
Looks like we get a slight DC here again. Hopefully we can get back as soon as possible. I believe at the very beginning of the game, she might have been disabled for a little bit, but she's been not a standout since Overwatch 2 has come out. Definitely not as dominant as we saw in the later stages of Overwatch 1 with Hack and EMP just being so powerful. But actually at the very start of Overwatch 2, when EMP was very, very overtuned, she was very, very strong there, but not as popular right now. So maybe just a quick change at the end to try to build up a fast ultimate. Maybe who they were on at the time wasn't enough to get that impact on the 3rd point. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see what happens here on the attacking side. It looks like they've just... Oh, and I guess a lot has happened. They have captured the first point as our spectators get back in. They'll just have to do a second load in here. But yeah, we see they've already captured the first point. Honest is back on that. Genji. And a nanoed Reinhardt swinging at Sigma, but answered by a nano blade. We'll see how much is able to happen here, but I think that card will be happy just sitting where it is on the point right now.
Tjorborn, another drastically reworked character. I feel it just can really help control the flow of movement on the map.
Big purple, but also a big shatter coming out from none other than Bam Bam, and that fight doesn't even get off the ground for XP Hawks. So, no change in composition yet. We have Gravitic Flux on the side of the Hawks. We'll see if Bubby is able to isolate a couple people with it. It comes out instantly, and that looks big. It looks like at least 3 are up, but the Suzu able to cleanse a little bit. 3 quick kills for XP Hawks. 4 Honest with a triple, and Zinu cleans it up. A team kill, and they get to push it, which will likely go all the way to the end of the second point.
What a great answer by the Hawks here.
Just a completely different team of folks on charge out by Reinhardt, able to contest the point, but separated from his supports, so not able to stay up as long as would have hoped. And another quick 5 kills. You might see that team kill come up again with that flourish, and a 2 points captured with 4 minutes left to go on Junkertown. This is looking like the Hawks are going to get on the board, and with some serious confidence here.
Yeah, and what a comeback it would be. What an answer after the first 2 matches. Decidedly the other way.
So we have Nano almost built up by Habibi. Honest has been holding on to this blade, looking for the right time to use it. But a solid couple answers on the side of PC Overwatch with just like that. We see Kiriko's ult come out, and they're going to be running as fast as they can onto the Hawks backline. High Noon coming out. We'll see. A step out by Habibi getting caught, and 2 ultimates used to win that fight on DC Overwatch.
Switch to Kasuni by Blue is an interesting choice. I feel she's very good in the right hands. I just feel like she's kind of just made of paper.
Yeah, with the Suzu being the only way to have any defense stance, we see just like that, a Nano Blade able to quickly wipe them up. The 3rd time since we come back, we see the team kill flourish on screen on the side of the XP Hawks, and we see that yellow box of victory quickly creeping forward. Is anyone even going to be able to touch here? We got the May come out, Gravitic Flux doesn't hit anything. Nano onto the Reinhardt. Sigma's not going to be able to eat that up. We have a player advantage on the side of PC Overwatch, pushing away XP Hawks, and they'll live to fight another day.
Wow. What a stop.
And again, just great at being able to hold on to their ultimates. All they had to use there was Nano Boost, and now we have Shatter, and we have Mayfreeze being able to come out this fight with only Bob as an answer. And again, we see a Sombra coming out, this time on the side of the Hawks. Sombra actually being a great answer as Bob comes in on this 3rd point, just being able to control that health pack underneath there. Freeze coming out, able to freeze that Sigma and a Shatter. 3 kills on the side. 4 will clean that up.
Bam Bam back to doing what he's doing.
Bam Bam doing what Bam Bam does, using that hammer to just bam on the Hawks. That's their name is the sound of the hammer for sure.
For sure. In classic Flintstones tradition.
Yeah, so we get Honest getting into the backline, putting some damage, just being a nuisance there for Frosty Knight to have to deal with. Quickly TP and back, and again, just we're at ult building on sides of both teams. A couple of support ults, but if we can see Reverse get the dragon, but quickly killed by Cassidy, Xenu. They're up 1 here. We'll see how much they can get out of it if they can push this advantage. A big EMP on 3. But Blue gets a kill onto Honest, and as an answer, Nano onto Reinhardt. Bubby, again, down, gets rezzed by Lava Wave, but I don't think it's going to be enough. This main wall blocking off the support being able to reach the tank, and that has been the story this entire match, is they cannot support Bubby enough to let them take space. And we're gonna have a last-ditch touch here from Honest's Tracer, but they're going to be trickling into the point, and with the Dragon coming on, I don't think it's going to be enough to even make a fight here.
What a stop by DC.
I mean, just 4 minutes ago we were saying how strong they were looking this map, the Hawks, but just held at the end entirely by DC Overwatch as soon as they get back on a position in the map where their bread and butter comp of Reinhardt and Mei is just able to quell any sort of pressure put on by the other team. Just as soon as they get to those shorter distances and Reinhardt is able to just walk forward and put on so much pressure, then as soon as that pressure tries to get answered, Mei just puts up a wall, blocks any sort of aggression being able to come through from the back line. You just see exactly what DC Overwatch was doing that entire set of 3 games.
Yeah, that was just a dominant performance, and it was so close. That was a great last match, and congratulations to DC Overwatch on taking the 3rd game, and that's the final game.
Yeah, just as quickly
the grand
as we got
finals
into it,
are over.
We're getting out of it for the PlayVS Spring 23 Youth Championship. Yeah, some great games played. I think if you're looking at how to play Reinhardt and Mei compositions, you'll want to be reviewing this footage for many months to come. They played it very well, and yeah, just got to dictate the pace of every single map they played in those short ranges. Just a really good job of deciding how the game was going to be played.
Yeah, excellent gameplay. And thank you so much for joining us, Twitch chat, and you, Rune.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure working with you. And today's only day 1 of the action. We have more in a few hours. So we're gonna take a few hour break, and we're gonna come back with some more PlayVS esports action.
We'll catch you later.